With the internet now the most common way to hook up and meet people, a new dating app is trying to get romance back to the basics. Do Good Dating pairs up single people who may be compatible and sends them on a date to do volunteer work together. I know. So is this an indication we are craving good old-fashioned courting? Relationship expert Jill Goldson joins me now. Jill, good to have you back.
Hi, Paul.
So, Jill, the idea of this Do Good Dating, it's like the anti-Tinder, isn't it?
I think it's a reaction to Tinder, yes.
So Tinder's about meeting someone for sex?
Tinder's about casual meetings. You could call them hookups. Some people say it's sleazy. Some people say it's flirty good fun.
I think it's sleazy. Would we fall into the sleazy camp? I would.
I'm not sure what you'd fall into, but basically, Paul, I think that, it's each to his own, really. And
I would fall into sleazy. But whereas Do Good Dating it's quite different, isn't it? This is more about actually meeting someone and enjoying their company to start with.
Yes, my understanding is that people meet through a selection process. They have a speed dating, they have a conversation, and then if they like each other, they go off and have a date in the community, doing things like cleaning up beaches, collecting for charity.
Looking after old people.
Weeding gardens. That sort of thing, which is quite different, isn't it, from meeting somebody in a bar that you've never actually met before. Oh, God,
it's completely different, isn't it?
Yes.
Because if you were there, if you thought, I'll go and prowl around on Good Dating, I mean, you can't end up having a sexual relationship with someone, in the living room while you're looking after an old person. That's just inappropriate, isn't it? Am I right?
It probably would be quite difficult, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, is this a good sign? Are we seeing people going back to the basics where they actually get to know people first?
Look, I think basically what we've got now is a lot of choice. Nothing's new under the sun, is it? Back in the day, people had dance cards. They went to balls and men would sign women's dance cards. Now everything is so very fast. Everything's bleeping and blipping. Everyone's walking around with a small computer in their handbag. So everything's instant. And I think what you're seeing with something like Do Good Dating is a response from some people who are saying, look, this is all too fast. This isn't really what I want. I'd rather get to know somebody.
Isn't that? And it sounds old-fashioned, but it shouldn't be old-fashioned. It's just really getting to know people.
It makes sense to a lot of people to get to know somebody, to have more of an impression of them than sitting in a dark, noisy bar.
The interesting thing, we were talking this morning, I was just talking to Paulina this morning about this watch, which now effectively it's Tinder. So you're walking along, you see the picture of someone, and if you like them, your blood pressure activates the watch to advise them that you don't even need to touch the bloomin' thing. Does it tell the time, Hillary? So it does everything I've said, and it tells the time.
Yes.
That's pretty amazing.
Yes.
One of the interesting things about this site is how popular it's become, how quickly.
Yes, obviously there's been a great take-up very, very quickly. And I think, again, it's a reaction to the speed of the other sorts of dating sites. I mean, we've got lots and lots of different dating sites out there, haven't we? We've got gluten-free singles. We've got personals for cat lovers.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop you there. Gluten-free singles. That is bizarre, isn't it?
There's a lot of scope for people.
Can you imagine a whole group of celiacs living together? Where's so-and-so? In the toilet. You'd need to have so many en-suites, wouldn't you? So what you're saying is this is just complementary to all the other options that are out there?
I think it's complementary, and I think it's also a response. I mean, you've got Tinder, you've also got something called Binder, where you can swipe to the left and get rid of people that you don't fancy anymore.
Yeah.
And they get a text message saying something like, I think your nose is too big.
Yeah, you've been binded.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll follow this because it is quite interesting, the idea that you meet someone for the first time and then the next minute you're out there looking after the community, picking up rubbish on a beach. Brilliant, Jill, thank you so much. It's always good to have you in. Jill Goldson, relationship expert.